A city that stretches 170 kilometers with no cars, no roads, and buildings that soar 500 meters high, all while running entirely on renewable energy. Sounds like a sci-fi fantasy, right? But this is real life. Imagine a sphere with a 54,000 square meter LED screen on the outside, capable of transforming into anything from a giant eyeball to a rotating Earth. Picture a skyscraper so heavy it's suspended 250 meters in the air, connecting 4 towers with a floating bridge. And how about a ski resort in the middle of the desert, where snow is made from desalinated water, even in the hottest temperatures? These are the 5 futuristic megaprojects that are pushing the boundaries of engineering and technology. So exactly how are they pulling off the impossible? If you think a city needs roads, you're about to be proven wrong. In Saudi Arabia, a project called The Line is underway, and it rewrites every rule of urban design. It's a single, continuous city planned to be 170 kilometers long, yet it's only 200 meters wide. It will be enclosed by 2 parallel buildings, each 500 meters tall, making them taller than any skyscraper in Europe. The exterior will be a mirror designed to reflect the desert landscape. The goal is to house 9 million people with 0 cars, 0 roads, and 0 carbon emissions. So how do you build something that has no precedent? The answer is, you don't build it, you assemble it. The line is being constructed from millions of pre-engineered modular pieces that fit together like a giant puzzle. The foundation alone is a monumental task. For just the first small section, engineers are drilling about 15,000 massive steel and concrete piles, some as wide as 2.5 meters, and driving them 70 meters deep into the desert floor. Inside, life will be organized through what designers call zero-gravity urbanism. Instead of spreading out, the city is stacked vertically. Parks, homes, schools, and shops will all be layered, with everything you need accessible within a 5-minute walk. To travel long distances, a high-speed train will run the entire length of the city, promising a 20-minute journey from end to end. But the project's enormous scale has forced a reality check. The first phase has been scaled down to just 2.4 kilometers long. But even this small piece is equivalent to building 40 of the world's tallest skyscrapers side by side. But if building a city in a straight line sounds impossible, what about a building with no straight lines at all? In Dubai, a structure stands that looks less like a building and more like a piece of alien jewelry. The Museum of the Future is a gleaming, 77-meter-tall silver ring, or torus, that seems to float above the ground with a massive hole in its center. It has no columns and no corners, a shape so complex it has been called the world's most intricate building. This is because it couldn't have been designed with traditional blueprints. It was born from code. Engineers used advanced software called Building Information Modeling, or BIM, to create a complete 4D digital twin of the museum before a single piece was made. For the building's steel skeleton, the engineering firm Buro Happold had to write its own custom algorithm because no existing software could figure out how to create a stable frame of the constantly changing curves. The museum's skin is a technological marvel. It's made of 1,024 unique panels, and no two are alike. Each one is a composite of stainless steel fused with the same kind of glass fiber reinforced polymer used in the aviation industry. The beautiful Arabic calligraphy covering the building isn't just decoration. Those are the windows. Each character, a quote about the future from Dubai's ruler, was perfectly modeled into the 3D surface of each panel, a feat only possible with robotic manufacturing. The secret to the building's vast, open interior is the skeleton beneath this skin, a complex web of 2,400 diagonally intersecting steel beams called a diagrid that provides all the support without needing a single internal column. Dubai built a monument to the future, but across the world in Las Vegas, they built a machine to take you there. A machine so powerful, it can change what you see, hear, and even feel. A giant planet has landed in the Las Vegas desert. The MSG Sphere is the largest spherical structure on Earth, standing 112 meters tall and 157 meters wide. But it's not just a building, it's a canvas. The entire outside, called the exosphere, is a 54,000 square meter screen made of 1.2 million LED pucks. Each puck contains 48 individual diodes, allowing it to transform into a giant, blinking eyeball, the rotating Earth, or anything else imaginable. But the real shock is what's inside. The interior is a massive 15,000 square meter screen that wraps up, over, and behind the 17,600 seats. It has a mind-blowing 16K by 16K resolution, making it the highest resolution LED screen on the planet with over 268 million pixels. Creating sound in a giant echoing ball is an acoustic nightmare. So, engineers developed a radical solution. The sound system, created by a company called Holoplot, uses 167,000 channels of amplification to power nearly 1,600 speakers hidden behind the screen. It uses a technology called beamforming, which steers sound waves like a spotlight. It can aim a perfect, custom audio feed directly to specific sections, or even individual seats, cutting through any echo. To make the experience even more real, the Sphere uses 4D technology. 10,000 of the seats are haptic, equipped with a special transducer that uses powerful, low-frequency infrasound to make you feel the rumble of an on-screen explosion or the beat of a drum. The system can also create wind, change the temperature, and even release scents that match the visuals. The Sphere bends reality inside a building. But what happens when engineers try to bend the rules of skyscrapers themselves? Not by building up, but by building sideways. In Chongqing, China, engineers have built something that shouldn't exist, a skyscraper that lies on its side. It's called the Crystal, and it's a 300-meter-long, fully enclosed glass skybridge suspended 250 meters in the air, connecting the tops of 4 massive towers. This horizontal skyscraper weighs an incredible 12,000 metric tons, the exact same weight as the Eiffel Tower. You can't build something that heavy in the sky, so engineers had to do something that had never been done before. They built the bridge in 9 giant sections. The 3 central segments, each weighing up to 1,100 tons, were assembled on the ground. Then, in a world-first feat of engineering, they used a network of computer-controlled hydraulic jacks to slowly and carefully hoist these massive steel structures 250 meters into the air and lock them into place. But the biggest challenge wasn't the lift. It was connecting 4 separate towers that are designed to move. In high winds or an earthquake, tall buildings sway. If the sky bridge were rigidly bolted to them, it would be torn apart. So the engineering firm Arup designed the Crystal to sit on massive, complex bearings and seismic joints. These act like shock absorbers, allowing each tower to move independently, while the sky bridge essentially floats on top, isolated from the stress. Inside this incredible structure is a public park with full-size trees, restaurants, a hotel lobby, an infinity pool, and a terrifying public observatory with a glass floor, offering views of the city below. Lifting a skyscraper into the sky is one thing, but what about building an entire winter wonderland in the middle of one of the hottest places on Earth? It sounds like a fantasy, a year-round ski resort in the Saudi Arabian desert. But it's real. It's called Trojena, and it will host the 2029 Asian Winter Games. The project is possible because it's located high in the Sarawat Mountains at an altitude of 2,600 meters, where winter temperatures naturally fall below freezing. But to guarantee 36 kilometers of perfect ski runs year-round, engineers are combining this natural advantage with incredible technology. The snowmaking system uses high-powered cannons to blast a mixture of compressed air and desalinated water into the cold air, where it freezes into fine snow crystals. Any water from melted snow is captured and recycled to irrigate the landscape. To get enough water for this massive operation, engineers are fundamentally reshaping the mountain. The heart of Trojena is a 2.8-kilometer-long man-made freshwater lake. Creating it requires building a massive dam, 145 meters high and 475 meters long, made from 2.7 million cubic meters of concrete. All the rock excavated to build the resort's futuristic buildings is being crushed on-site and recycled into the dam. The architecture is just as ambitious. There's the vault, a vertical village where hotels and shops are folded into the side of the mountain to save land. And rising above it all will be the Discovery Tower, a 330-meter-tall crystalline skyscraper designed by the legendary Zaha Hadid architects, which will stand on a mountain peak overlooking the entire resort. So what do you think? Are these the bold blueprints that will shape how we live, work, and play tomorrow? Or are they impossibly expensive dreams that can only exist in a world of limitless ambition? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look into the future, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.